Takes one. 0.
I believe you can get me into my heart.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Empire 161 Show, episode 6. I'm sorry, season 6, episode 5. Been flipping around numbers there. Yep. Whole lot of Gary Wright on this Wednesday evening, which is obvious for anyone who's attended Yankee games over the last 2 years. You know, this is Luke Weaver's walkout song. Very intimidating for your closer to come out to. But it fits his personality, so why not? They also added in the little, like, Imperial March thing to it. They tried to add up intimidation to begin with, and then goes with this, so adds up. But, yeah, thanks for joining us as always. If you're joining us on the Facebook live stream, if you're joining us on YouTube or wherever you find your audio on the podcast, we always appreciate the support. I'm Ed, and with me as always is Lisa. Lisa, what's up? What's going on?
Hey everybody. So I rarely know what song Eddie's gonna pick. So this was a delightful treat and surprise for me. One, because Luke Weaver is probably has been my new favorite player on the team for a little while now. But two,
I didn't know he was your actual favorite player on the team.
I think he might be.
Okay.
He's my new Nestor Cortez or Mark Teixeira. Like, he's just quirky and funny, and he makes me laugh. I mean, please, Giancarlo Stanton is my heart, right?
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Judge is my overall. Oh my God, this guy's a superhero. But Luke Weaver, in terms of personality, like, I just want to meet him. He just looks so fun. So, but anyway, welcome everybody. And for all the moms out there, I hope you had a wonderful Mother's Day weekend. It was gorgeous out this past weekend, which we cannot say the same for today. So if either Ed or I drops off, don't be surprised because it's raining cats and dogs out there here in New York City. But today we're going to talk about the two most recent series, the Seattle Mariners series that just concluded about 20 minutes ago. And we're going to talk about the Yankees series with the Oakland, Sacramento, Las Vegas Athletics.
Philadelphia.
We don't know what they're called anymore.
Philadelphia also
Yeah,
at one
Philadelphia
point. They're known for bouncing around. Like their whole time in the league has been like this. So it's not really shocking if you think about it. But they're like just a nomad team.
Yes. I do want to say one thing about this is off the cuff thing. They took the elephant logo off of their uniforms, but they still have an elephant mascot.
I thought
the mascot was there.
I hope they keep that when they go to Vegas. They don't do some like dumb shit where there's like dice or something like that.
Oh my God, that would be so dumb.
You know what I mean? Like there's generic. Oh, we're in Vegas now. Oh, okay. Like it just
keep the elephant. Keep the elephant for sure.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about those two series, and both of them went very well for the Yankees. They finished their West Coast series 4-2. We have some sad news to talk about for me. I'm sure for Eddie and many other Yankee fans. One of our beloved players who's been doing so well this year and finally had his chance got injured. So we'll talk about that a little bit on the game where it happened. And I suppose we have to welcome back DJ LeMahieu.
I have something to discuss with DJ LeMahieu too, because there's something with his uniform that's weird. And I got to be honest, it's throwing me off a little bit.
Oh, I can't wait to hear that.
It's weird. I'm sure when I point it out, I think it'll be like, oh, okay, I get it. I know what exactly he's talking about. But yeah, it's odd, and it's a stupid thing that's bothering me, and he needs to give it up. It's not working.
Oh, no, go ahead. Sorry, he what?
No, he did get a hit in his final at bat, actually. today.
He did.
Okay.
And I forgot, we also have to talk about the upcoming series with the Mets.
Yep. Huge series this weekend. Probably the most anticipated Subway series
In a
in a
long
while.
time.
In a very long time. So
Since 2000, dare I say?
Some you might be right. I mean, the thing is, like, and I don't want to. I'll save the more Subway series for later. But the thing is just that with the Yankees and the Mets, and I'm not saying this again. I know we have some Met fans that listen to our show and stuff like that. I mean, appreciate it absolutely. But it's just that the Yankees and Mets are rarely ever good at the same time. It seems like somebody's always like on a downturn or they're in a slump coming into it, and both teams are playing well going into it, and they're both leading their divisions. Well, yeah, but you know what I mean. Like, there's been times like with and then again, not making excuses, but the Yankees had J.D. Davis cleaning up last year on multiple occasions. Like, what do we like? Obviously, they were not at like their full capacity. Either way, the games are the games. Injuries are part of the game. I totally understand that. But like, it just seems like, knock on wood, outside of Oswaldo Cabrera, of course, and Stanton. But for the most part, the Yankees are, yes, Garrett Cole, Luis Seal, we get it. But
Jonathan Weisiger.
No, but I mean,
the list goes on.
For the most part, with the Yankees 2025 team that they broke spring training with, they have been relatively healthy. We'll phrase it like that. So they're playing well, and the Mets are playing great too. So it should be a lot of fun this weekend in the Bronx for the first round of the Subway Series. The second one being in July 4th weekend. So they definitely didn't. They weren't trying to like hide this thing. They were like showcasing because this is also MLB's doing rivalry weekend this weekend. So like, I kind of like it where they're just like, hey, they'll get back to that because I kind of feel like I didn't check the schedule fully, but they are labeling it rivalry weekend, and they used to have the Yankees and Mets, the Dodgers and Angels, who might be playing or not. The White Sox thing. Oh, the White Sox are playing the Cubs. So yeah, they probably did realign this where they made the interleague series all like meaning as much as they can make it meaningful. Like all the interstate rivals are playing each other, and that's how it should be. Like you need to create a buzz around this. It needs to be special.
Yeah.
Not just just because the way the schedule is played out, it's just kind of like, oh yeah, by the way, Yankees and Mets are playing this, and it used to, especially when they jam it in 4 days during the week, like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's almost like you're trying to just get it over with. And it's like, no, the fans, they sell out every game. The city's a buzz when it's going on. So like, embrace it. So.
Absolutely.
But on the other note, though, let's get to some games because we do got some a West Coast trip that the Yankees did conclude just about an hour or so ago, as Lisa had mentioned. So they could be helpful for those who may have been struggling staying awake for some of these games. Because I have a great pun coming up that I am definitely serves. But last Friday night, the Yankees opened up the West Coast trip against the A's because they're not the Oakland A's and they're not the Sacramento A's. They're just the A's. And rightfully so in a minor league ballpark that's here because they're sharing the minor league ballpark with the San Francisco's AAA team. But the Yankees beat the piss out of them by a final of 10-2. Will Warren had his best start of his career, his deepest start of his career, where he picked up his second win of the season. His record's now 2-2. He went 7 1/3, which is the first time he's went to the 7th inning in his career. 4 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 7 Ks, so pretty damn dominant there. The stealing spotlight was Jason Dominguez, who was through for 4 with 3 home runs. One of them his first right-handed home run of his career, giving him 5 home runs on the season, 7 RBIs, 3 runs scored. Paul Goldschmidt was 2 for 4 with his 4th home run of the season and added in a walk and 2 runs scored. And Ben Rice was 2 for 5 with an RBI and a run scored. Amazing, though, that Aaron Judge did not find his way into the highlighted column or the highlighted ticker for the first or second time all season.
I also like how you buried the lead on Jason Dominguez hit for both sides of the plate. He also hit a grand slam.
Yes, his first career grand slam as well. So
for his 3rd home run of the game, he hit a grand slam.
There was a mouthful to get through in that first thing. There was a lot to highlight going on in this thing.
So I have a question because I have 2 stats about Jason Dominguez. The first one is when he hit his 2nd home run. He was the first Yankee to homer off both sides of the plate since Neil Walker. I don't remember that name, and it was 2018.
Oh yeah, he was a. Yeah, no, I remember that during the broadcast. He was the second baseman we got from the Pirates.
I don't remember him.
Oh no,
Sorry,
I do. Yeah, no, I do remember him. He wasn't with the Yankees very long, but I also he was pretty good with the Pirates for a little while, so I was kind of hopeful when they got him, but that didn't work out. It was like when we got Brian Roberts after he was with the Orioles forever and did nothing with the Yankees. We were kind of like a revolving door of second baseman at one point.
Yeah.
Right after Cano, it was just
maybe that's why I don't remember.
Yeah, they were just churning through random second baseman for a little while, and then
to see who sticks.
Steven Drew was another one that was in there. It was crazy.
Wow, I have no memory of these folks. And then the other,
they're gonna come up on Name That Yankee, so you should try, you might want to try to make it.
Please, anything above a 3.5 to 4, I can't do it.
Oh, they've been busting out some difficult ones lately.
They've been very obscure ones. Yes.
Yeah. That's part of the fun of it, though.
Oh, of course. And then in the top of the 8th, when he hit his grand slam, this was also mentioned on the broadcast. He became the youngest Yankee to hit 3 home runs in a game. Mm-hmm. He was on that day. He was 22 years and 91 days old, and the last Yankee to do that was
Joe DiMaggio. Yeah, he was. I was one, and before I remember when they were mentioning it, and I was trying to remember who the heck it was. My guess is there, and I was kind of leaning towards Mickey Mantle at that point, because I know he came up pretty young too. But no, I mean, whatever. You're in company with Joe DiMaggio, Mickey Mantle,
Joey D.
Yeah. Pretty good stuff, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But the Yankees would not keep their winning ways going because they kind of really coughed one up the next day, which was a really frustrating game by a final of 11-7. Carlos Rodon didn't have his best stuff. He took a no decision, but he did go 6 innings still. It was really kind of one inning that got away from him a little bit. 6 innings, 8 hits, 4 earned runs, no walks, which is usually key for him, and 10 strikeouts, which, again, he did settle down outside of that 1 inning. Yanks bullpen, though, really coughed it up, especially Fernando Cruz. They gave up 6 earned runs, and eventually, it was not a good day for the bullpen. Aaron Judge, though, did have himself a great day. 2 for 5 with 2 home runs, 14 home runs on the season at that point. 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Oswald Peraza did give the Yankees the lead at that point and hit one off the foul pole in left field. He was 1 for 3 with his second home run of the season, 2 RBIs, and a run scored. Yanks took the lead. You kind of had the feeling bullpen was going to lock it down, and not so much. And we can't scream about Devin Williams this time.
No,
it's actually
it was not
one
his
of the
fault.
guys. No, he had nothing to do with this. Actually, it was Fernando Cruz for once. Who he's I like him, but he's wildly effective. You know what I mean? Part of it is that there's this unpredictability. Where the hell? I mean, his splitter is disgusting and everything like that. But if he's not locating it, it's not even anywhere near the strike zone.
Yeah,
he's not locating his fastball. Yeah, no, they're just going to lay off everything, and then I can see him, getting pounded as he did in this, because it's like Shea Langoliers who ended up hitting a home run off him.
Yeah,
that kind of coughed it up. So yes, he's on my fantasy team, which I was just like, oh shit, I could have taken the. I really cheer against the guys on my fantasy teams when they're playing against me. Playing against the Yankees, I'm just go to hell. Seriously, it's not just mildly. It's just it's really bad.
But he actually tied his career high with 5 RBIs at that game. Shea Langolier. Listen to this crazy stat, Eddie. Through 39 games in 2024, Aaron Judge had 9 home runs, 25 RBIs, a .236 batting average, .855 OPS. This year, through 29 games, he has had, and he has more now, 14 home runs at that point, 37 RBIs, a .396 batting average, and a 1.258 OPS.
He's like a video game.
The 2024 stats were good.
No, I know. Remember,
they weren't even that bad, except for the 236 batting average, which is average, which is not normally him. But
he had that terrible April, and this year
his April
he was out to
was
prove a
so
point.
Bad. Yeah.
He's on a mission. He really is. He is like I really do think that part of like getting off to a slow start like last year is probably giving him a little extra motivation coming into this. But I really do think it has to do with the playoffs last year. Like falling short in the World Series, and obviously he was under a lot of scrutiny, for his performance at the plate.
And for dropping a routine pop up.
Yeah, which I mean, listen, I'm not gonna make excuses for it, but like, it is not. There's people who act like that lost in the World Series in Game 7 and like that winning run scored on that play. It absolutely did not. It was I still stand by it. For me, in that one inning, it's the Garrett Cole not covering first because that could have erased everything.
Yes.
You had one chance to erase it all.
Yes,
and he
absolutely.
And it's so weird too because he pitched his ass off in that inning outside of the covering of the fucking
and
back.
He always covers the base.
Yes, it was just it's when you're like, listen, some shit ain't meant to be. That's how I chalk it up. It's just not.
I agree with you. I think he had a chip on his shoulder, and clearly by the playoffs, he knew, but we did not know that his wife was pregnant because they gave birth soon after, a couple months after.
Mm-hmm.
So I still think it's also like daddy power.
It's probably some of it, whatever. Not that I didn't know if he'd be capable of getting even more power because it's just like an ox. But it's, probably. But man, he is so locked in. It's completely insane.
I love it. I love watching it. And what I love the most about it is that he's so humble too. Yeah. He wants to talk about everybody else on the team except for himself.
Yeah, that's what you want in a captain.
That's what you want.
And it is what you want for once.
You hear that, Joe Girardi? It's what you want.
So sometimes it is what you want. Well, what we wanted though is the Yankees did come back on Mother's Day on Sunday and beat the crap out of the A's once again by a final of 12-2. Ryan Yarbrough picked up his first win as a Yankee. He went 5 innings, 6 cents, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, and 2 Ks. So solid performance there, taking the spot of Carlos Carrasco, who the Yankees did release and figured, screw it, Yarbrough can give us a better chance, and he has so far in his 2 starts. Aaron Judge, no home runs, but 4 for 5 still, ho-hum. 2 RBIs, a run scored, and a double mixed in. Ben Rice, 1 for 3 with his 9th home run of the season, which was also his first career grand slam, driving in 4 with 2 runs scored and a walk. Paul Goldschmidt, 3 for 5 with 3 doubles. He's starting to find the power now. I remember like early in the season, it was like a lot of spraying singles all over the place, line to line, which I'm not complaining about. But now it seems like he's getting the pop to go with it, and that's more like Paul Goldschmidt. So overall, that's nice to see. Anthony Volpe and Jason Dominguez both had 2-hit games on top of that. So, yeah, Yanks Mother's Day was spectacular. They jumped out early, ran away with it, got everyone to relax and chill and stuff like that, unless they had to deal with Long Island traffic, like both of us had to at different points of the day.
Oh my goodness!
Yes, a little behind baseball, pun intended. Yes, we were supposed to do our this episode on Sunday, but both of us were battling Long Island traffic at different times, and it was.
It wasn't just Long Island, because I know how you feel.
No, but I'm just saying that's where
for me, it wasn't just long. Because let me tell you, when I got to that Bell Parkway, I wasn't Lisa, moving.
No. Listen, I have my feelings towards Long Island. It is what it is, but the traffic, the worst shit in New York City, and even probably I'll even include Long Island in this, is the BQE and the Belt. They are total disasters.
No.
What's worse? The Deegan's, the not Mage Deegan is also pretty bad, but
not the Deegan. Cross Bronx is number 1. It's like won awards for how terrible it is.
I am gonna still, for me, the champion is the BQE because I stand by this 24/7. There is fucking traffic on that thing.
I live by it. Exactly. I live by it. I can hear the traffic every night.
So I'm saying I have driven on the Cross Bronx, which I don't often. I don't, because I usually take the Deegan to the stadium too. Yeah. I'm not on it very often, but
when you are,
I have driven on it with no traffic on like a handful of occasions in my life.
I have too. It's usually late at night though.
The BQ, some of it was coming home from concerts in New Jersey.
Yeah.
So, but still, I witnessed it. The BQE, I can't really say that a bunch because I think they hire like random people to sit in cars and create traffic on that fucking thing. That's how bad it is. I really despise the BQE.
I'm looking at it right now out my window.
The bane of my
There's
existence
traffic
is the
going by.
BQE. It
Yeah.
is the absolute worst. And the belt
BQE is pretty bad.
is pretty freaking terrible too. But I have driven on the
agree.
belt with no traffic a couple of times.
You know, just side note, you know what gets a bad rep that I actually love?
What?
Jackie Robinson.
I don't hate the Jackie Robinson. I agree. And I live right by the Jackie Robinson.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. When it's bad, it's bad. Of course.
No, when it's bad, it's horrible. And you need
Yes.
to know all the back streets. Otherwise, you're
Yes.
going to just like kill somebody.
Mhm.
But I like the Jackie Robinson.
No, for the most part, it's not bad. But there are
It's
times
usually
it can
solid.
be bad. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean,
I've been in it.
it's New York City. There's going to be traffic. You just
Yeah.
It is what it is. But Yanks would resume late night Yankees on Monday night and go to Seattle, and in which they went ahead and kept the offense rolling by a final of 11-5. Clark Schmidt picked up his first win of the season. His record's now 1-1. He went 6 innings, 3 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, and 6 Ks. Trent Grisham, 3 for 6 with 2 home runs of his own, giving him 12 on the year. 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Aaron Judge, 2 for 3 with an RBI, a double, and 2 walks. Austin Wells hit his second career grand slam. No, that was his first career grand slam, actually.
I think
no,
it was.
No, second, because he hit one against the Padres. If I remember correctly. He did. So I gave it, that was his 8th home run of the season. Am I off on this, or did you have that noted there?
I have that it was a 3-run home run.
Okay. Well, we'll go back on that in a minute. He has given us his 8th home run of the season.
It was 8th,
and a run
yes.
scored. Yes. Anthony Volpe was 2 for 4 with his 6th home run of the season, 2 RBIs and 2 walks. And yes, for those who had stayed up for this one, the unfortunate news is Oswaldo Cabrera ended up fracturing his ankle, tagging up on a Aaron Judge sac fly to right field. He was trying to go around the catcher, and it looked like his cleat got caught in the dirt as he was trying to dive back to the plate, and immediately, you knew something was up. I honestly thought it was his ACL or MCL and stuff like that, and it was also because admittedly,
ankle.
yeah, me and Andrew were at the Knicks game earlier the night when Jason Tatum, looked like he, and it was just crazy to me because I'm like, I just saw like a devastating knee injury in the basketball game, and now like you get home and I'm watching this, I'm like, oh shit, come on, man. But yeah, it sucks, man, because the kid's he's been solid this season. I'm not gonna act like he was like completely like lighting it up, but he's been getting a lot of playing time and contributing. And it's just, and then when you hear his teammates talk about him in the post game, like everyone really genuinely felt pretty awful for him because he's such like, he's got a lot of spunk and everything, and he's like got like lights up rooms with his smile and everything, and it's rough. It is. It's rough.
He made a so I was awake for the sliding catch that he made in the bottom of the 4th, and I thought he was gonna hurt himself there because I thought he was gonna like his cleat was gonna slide into like the dugout, like the little mesh part of the dugout, and I thought he was gonna get hurt there, and I was like, oh, but he didn't, and then I did not last until he got hurt and fell asleep, so I didn't find out until the morning. And when I was like feverishly looking to see if there was a video, and it broke my heart the way he was like slamming his hand on the ground. And I don't know if you caught this, but one of the Yankee trainers, because a whole bunch of people ran out, this one particular trainer, the guy with the glasses, as soon as he ran out, he threw a towel over his ankle. He knew.
Yeah, I guess you don't want to. I mean, I didn't see anything about the ankle. Like I couldn't see if it was like, some of them, not to get too graphic. You can see it, but
yeah, it didn't look it, but I think it probably must have like ballooned up or like immediately, and that's what the trainer saw, because he immediately covered the ankle. You know what I think is just like it makes it even more heartbreaking? This also reminds me of one of our games. He asked Aaron Judge, "Did I score?"
Yeah.
So do you remember the game where the guy knocked me out at home? I was
Yes,
catching.
yes, I do remember that.
Do you remember what I said as soon as I stood up and I got mad at the ump?
You say he was out. You were asking about
Because he
the
was
result of the
out. He
play.
was out.
Exactly. Yeah.
He was out. And the ump called him safe, and I was so pissed. And I still have marks on my legs because of that damn thing that happened like 4 years ago.
Yeah, the two players at the plate with our, not to go on a tangent on our softball team, but like you and Lindsay, who used to play with us, Lindsay Griffo, you guys really took some two, because remember, she had like a huge raspberry on her leg from a championship game that we had won in the fall. And no, listen, you ladies are tough back there. There's no question about it. Catching is not for the faint of heart. I'll tell you that, especially when you're doing it right. Especially when you're doing it right. If you're just there to throw the ball back to the pitcher, then maybe you get away with some shit. But no, I can proudly say our Outlaws and Murph Guard ladies are not like that at all. You guys.
No, we play.
No, you guys play so. Well, last night's game. See, now this is where late night Yankees. Angie must have just got home. Marcus is listening it.
I can hear
This is where. Now, last night, Yanks dropped one in 11 innings to the Mariners by a final of 2-1. Not only did the Yankees lose, but some dopes stay up until past 1 o'clock in the morning to watch this. And
what dopes are those?
I'm definitely one of the dopes who was battling the eyes burning. I was already tired from the night before, and I was shockingly making it through. Shockingly, like I'll tell you, some of it was because I had popped a 5-hour energy before our Murph God game, and we actually in post game, and I think I took it late, so that's what helped like keep me awake for a little while. And I mean, yeah, the Yanks offense was abysmal last night, but like I was like excited because of Max Fried, and it was a 1-0 game. I mean, the game was on the line. Yeah. It wasn't like out of control. But man, when you stay up for these late night games and they lose, and especially in a fashion like that, like a walk off, yeah, it's bad. It took me like a half an hour to fall asleep because I was pissed. I was like, just you got to like calm down and stuff. But Max Fried did pitch. He didn't have his A stuff, but he pitched well. He took a no decision. He went 5 innings, 4 hits, an earned run, 2 walks, and 5 Ks. Trent Grisham 2 for 5. And that was basically it for the Yanks offense because they were 0 for 14 with runners in scoring position. Yeah. So it's not like they didn't have chances. They just could not break through against Wu for shit. And the at-bats in the extra innings with the Manfred man, when you're the road team and you have a chance to score first, like, what are we doing? Like, there was some really bad at-bats. Like, I definitely feel like some of the players were definitely like ripping the bat a little bit tighter, like trying a little extra, like play for the run and make sure you score at least one. Because I know the idea is like, oh, we need a crooked number because the other team gets it too, the home team, right? Like you're not walking it off, but get the first one first. Like they just don't. The Yankees are really bad with the Manfred man. They're usually awful with it.
Yeah. So when I saw the score, because I did not stay up until 1 a.m. When I saw the score in the morning, I couldn't help but think, I wonder if the Yankees couldn't fully concentrate on the game because of what happened to their colleague the night before. And I know guys get hurt, unfortunately, all the time. And I should say athletes get hurt because female athletes get hurt too. Mm-hmm. But I'm wondering if, because of who it was, he is probably like one of the hearts of the team, right? With his enthusiasm and his like genuine love for the game and his like he always looks like he's having fun.
Oh, for sure.
So I'm just wondering if that was like a small piece of, kind of like just mentally where the Yankees were at yesterday, because it was the night before that it happened. So, but I do have 2 stats to share about the game. Max Fried's 1.11 ERA is the lowest for a Yankee starter over the first 9 starts of a season. Do you want to guess since how long? I don't know if you saw this.
I feel like this was Katie Sharp, I think, may have tweeted this out. I don't know what it was since. Who was it?
No, not the person, the year.
Oh. I got nothing.
1913.
I was gonna say a very long time ago. I definitely wasn't thinking 90s or 70s or
Very
anything
long
like
time
that.
ago.
Yeah, quite some time.
Before television.
Yeah, before Yankee Stadium.
Before cars. Like a
Yeah.
lot of things did not exist yet. And then I have a stat about Brian Wu, who I'm sorry, every time I see his name, I always say woo woo woo.
Sounds like more like Ric Flair.
Sounds
Woo!
So he pitched 6 1/3 scoreless innings. He is the only qualified player in the major leagues this year to have gone at least 6 innings in every one of his starts.
Impressive, especially in today's baseball, because
Yeah.
guys are 5 and fly a lot, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, it's he's not like a superstar, but Wu is. I mean, the Yankees pounded him the last time they faced him last season, but like he's usually pretty solid. He's a pain in the ass. So,
Yeah.
I was hoping they were going to kick his ass again, but not so much. Maybe like get a huge lead and kind of like let me doze off, but no, didn't happen. Thankfully, though, the late night Yankees is ended with that for now because we get it back. We get it back kind of quick again, to be honest with you. But earlier today, the Yanks did clinch the series by a final 3-2 over the Mariners. Will Warren, another solid start, man, as good as his last one, pretty damn good. He got it, but no decision for him. 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, a walk, and 9 strikeouts. Ian Hamilton did get the win in relief. And Luke Weaver did slam the door shut for his 4th save of the season. Aaron Judge, though, did hit the game-winning homer, right? The one that gave us the lead. 2 for 4 with his 15th home run of the season. Paul Goldschmidt pinch hit home run to tie the game just a couple innings before. He was 1 for 2, though, with his 5th home run of the season. And Jason Dominguez is the one who's knocked in the first run, 1 for 4 with an RBI double earlier in the game. So, yeah, Yanks faced Luis Castillo, who's always a tough customer. In general, pretty good pitcher's duel until late, and then the Yanks did kind of like trademark Yankees and took advantage of the bullpen late. Yeah, but last 2 games, offense cooled off a little bit, but enough to get things going. And again, win their 3rd straight series, because before these 2 series, they did win a crazy series against the Padres in Yankee Stadium prior, which there was a lot of crazy stuff there back then. But yeah, Devin Williams, more Devin Williams. But listen, just hopefully he's settled down again. Hopefully again. Seems like every time we're like thinking he's right at the ship, then all of a sudden he kind of shits the bed again. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is why you're not the closer. But no, good solid win for the Yanks earlier today, and keeping it rolling there. But yeah, late night Yankees is back because they play like in Colorado, like and right after the homestand, they go right to it. They come home to face the Mets and the Rangers, and then are right back on the road. Yeah.
Did you sent me that thing about the couple that did the major league schedules? Wasn't that you that sent me that, or did I send it to you?
I think you may have sent it to me.
I think I sent it to you. So for like the past, I'm trying to quickly find it again. I sent it to you on Messenger. Well, that's the only place I can send it to you. But
I don't know. They're trying to shut me down from Instagram. Rick's trying to pressure me to create an Instagram account now, so I can see messages.
I keep telling you. Oh, I don't know where I sent it to you. I might have sent it to a text and I can't check. But apparently there's this couple who for like the last 35 years has done the entire schedule for all of Major League Baseball.
Listen, as much as I love going to games and all of that, that's a lot. That's
insane.
Where are they getting this money?
I don't know. But they were the ones that created the schedules. For so they're getting the money from Major League Baseball.
Yes.
I think that's insane.
Yeah, it is. It's difficult, but we talked about some of the schedules there too. I know with like interleague play like being a thing in a balanced schedule, like they're gonna have to start taking some things into consideration. Like we talked about it. Well, I just think that when the Yankees faced the Giants a couple of weeks ago, they like forced them to play in like some of the worst conditions known to man because they don't come back here again. I mean, yes, they'll play the Mets eventually, but like, I don't know where the hell the Yankees are at that point. Like, you might want to just kind of shift those, or maybe early on, maybe the Northeast teams, like you have your home opener, sure, but maybe you don't play at home as much early. Maybe you try to like schedule games, like down south or warmer weather. Like, obviously, everyone's got to have their home openers. I'm not saying to take that away, but and then the interleague play, maybe you try to push that towards the middle of the season. Maybe you like have all of it in a month. Maybe like 1 month is all interleague play. Like, hey, August is interleague play month or some shit like that. I don't know. Like, there's got to be some way.
Listen, Eddie, all I'm saying is that you and I have come up with a number of ideas over the last few years of this. And then, lo and behold, Major League Baseball does it like a year or two later.
We'll see. Hopefully this is one. Because it's not fun for the fans either.
Though.
Like, we're freezing our asses off, soaking rain. The Giants, like, there was it was miserable going to some of the games early this year.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Freezing and rain. Yeah, and we were at some doozies too. Me and you were at on some Sunday games. So.
Mm-hmm.
But all right. Well, enough with that. Let's get to our awards of the week then, shall we? So we will start off with our top of the heap hitter of the week.
Once again, folks. Once again.
Let's rename it.
Once again, our obvious picks are Aaron Judge and Max Fried until they both show us. No. Oh, that's not your. Okay.
Not for King of the Hill.
Not
for King of the Hill.
All right.
Yes.
Our obvious pick for top of the heap is Aaron Judge.
Yes.
So we're not saying him. We're both picking other people.
But hold on. We did do something last time. I don't want to shortchange it because remember, we don't want to take it for granted.
Yes.
Aaron. All right. So how about this? Aaron Judge is obviously the top of the heap hitter of the week. All right. Obviously, right? Last 7 games, 414 is 471, 628 slugging, 3 home runs, 7 RBIs, 4 walks, 6 runs scored. Okay, that's a given. It would be too easy. So it is his award. That's fine. All right, maybe I will just change it to the Aaron Judge.
I was just gonna say we're gonna change it to the Aaron Judge. Gavel Award. I don't know.
But Lisa, who is your runner-up? Your honorable mention. Honorable mention.
So there, in my opinion, there are 2 people we could pick. So I don't know if you and I picked the same one or we both picked one of each.
See, this is where it gets fun. So go ahead.
I know it does because we don't talk about this before the show.
No, spontaneous.
I picked Paul Goldschmidt.
Excellent choice.
Oh, did you pick somebody else? I'm so excited.
Yes, I did.
Okay, I wonder if it was my other choice. I won't say who it was.
I'm going to imagine it is, but go ahead.
I'm pretty sure. Paul Goldschmidt had a 375 average for the week, 1.173 OPS, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, 6 runs, 9 hits, 1 walk, 1 stolen base. His on-base percentage was a 423 and his slugging percentage was a 750. And he came off the bench and hit a home run.
Yeah. Second pinch hit home run of his career.
First of his career. I was just going to say that.
And also, by the way, since I did hear some of the stuff, I listened to, I'm going to tell you the truth, this homestand, I found myself listening to the radio because I happen to be bouncing around a bit, like I mentioned, the next game and stuff like that. But Susan Waldman would not stop going on about Paul Goldschmidt's base running. Like, he's not the fastest guy in the world, but he's just a very good base runner, referencing also, like, Mark Teixeira being, like, a guy who's not fast but a smart base runner. And that's how he steals bases. Like, kind of like that. Like, it's not like, a speed demon. My honorable mention, Jason Dominguez.
I knew it.
Jason Dominguez, 296, 375, 704 slug. Obviously, the 3 home runs. 8 RBIs, 4 walks, and 8 runs scored on the week. So, props to him. Hopefully, this kind of gets him going and he can take off from here because he is really, like I said it in the beginning of the season, he is a huge wild card for the Yankees.
Yeah.
Like, if he can really become the player, and I know he's only 22 years old, but if he can become the player that he's projected to be, I mean, it's really going to make a huge difference in the lineup. All right, so King of the Hill, pitcher of the week.
Oh, who do you have?
Will Warren.
Okay.
Will Warren.
Okay.
All right. listen, 2 starts.
Yeah,
One of
yeah.
them
I'm not mad.
Yeah, Friday night, right, against I have to keep like correcting myself from saying Oakland. Against the A's, right? He went into the 7th inning, longest of his career, 7 strikeouts, picked up the win. And today, really good start again, going head to head with Luis Castillo, and had 9 strikeouts, which was, a high for him. So it looks like the kid's finding it. He's another one in a rotation. The Yanks rotation has been kind of, the issue this year. It's been, not the most solid thing, but Will Warren becoming what I think he could be, because I do think he has good stuff. He just has to get the confidence. Like when shit doesn't go his way, he needs to just correct and stay with it. But we'll see. Two good starts in a row. Maybe it's a signal of things to come. So, who do you have?
I mean, your opening song said it all.
Luke Weaver.
I
All right.
Luke Weaver.
Good choice.
If you look at his stats, it's just a lot of zeros.
No,
in all the places that matter, it's zeros. For this particular week, he pitched 3 innings and he had 6 strikeouts, but everything else is zeros. No hits, no runs. WHIP is 0. Average against is 0. His ERA is 0.
No, listen, Weaver's been a real deal. Like we didn't cover it, but like the Padres game is where the one he had came in when Williams shit the bed, and again he came in an impossible situation.
He came in a terrible situation.
It was one of the rare moments since he became this Luke Weaver, right? Like this closer Luke Weaver that I've seen him look like hittable. Because there was a couple of games where suddenly he was getting hit hard, and I'm like, whoa. And relievers, they're so volatile where that's kind of how it happens. Like sometimes the guy starts getting hit, and all of a sudden they just go off the rails, and that's the end of it. So good to see though him like come back and be dominant again. Right after. All right, so then that takes us into round 1 of the Subway Series this weekend, as we had mentioned. I'm curious to know, do we have pitchers for this?
We do.
Oh, all right, because I was curious with the off day tomorrow, like if we were going to start screwing around and playing games, I thought we were just going to be, hey, guess what? TBD for the weekend. Everyone have a good night.
No, we do.
Go ahead, let's go.
And we had it before the game was over.
Which is impressive. I know Rodon's going Friday night.
Rodon is going Friday night, so I'll start off with that. So he's going up against Tyler McGill, a righty pitcher, 3-3 record, 3.10 ERA, and 52 strikeouts. Against Carlos Rodon, like you said, he's a lefty, 4-3 record, 3.29 ERA, and 67 strikeouts on the season. And then on Saturday, Griffin Canning is going to start for the Mets. He's a righty with a 5-1 record, 2.36 ERA, and 42 strikeouts on the season. He'll go up against Clark Schmidt. He's a righty with a 1-1 record, 4.73 ERA, and 25 strikeouts on the season. And then to close it out on Sunday, David Peterson's going to start for the Mets. He's a lefty, 2-2 record, 3.05 ERA, 43 strikeouts on the season. And he'll be up against our ace, Max Fried, left-hand pitcher, 6-0 record, 1.11 ERA, and 52 strikeouts on the season. So lefty-lefty battle.
Yeah, which, listen, it'll be a challenge for Fried because Fried did pitch for the Atlanta Braves, who are in the NL East, so the Mets are quite familiar with them. I mean, it's team of one, so that should be pretty interesting to see how that shakes out.
Yeah.
But no, it should be a hell of an atmosphere. The games are sold out. Friday night, first game, Soto returning to the Bronx.
I can't wait to be there. I hope it doesn't get rained out.
You're going Friday night also?
I'm going Friday night. No, Friday night.
Oh, I don't know why the hell I thought you were going Saturday for some reason. No, Friday night's going to be probably
amazing.
The most intense of it. Yes, the weather looks a little shaky, but I think from last I saw it might be earlier in the day, so maybe we start on time. We'll see. It's been kind of erratic. No, the Subway Series again. Every year, the crowd, the atmosphere is always electric.
But this year's extra.
It's going to be extra juice for sure. Absolutely.
And it's one person's fault.
It definitely. Listen, he's definitely the one who threw the curveball into this, and it will be interesting. The reception he gets should be. I mean, it's going to be vulgar. I'm sure. I mean,
absolutely.
And I'm
Absolutely.
not saying I'm not going to be a part of that at all, but it's going to be interesting because then you're going to have the Met fans who will obviously be trying to drown it out and cheer for him and stuff like that. So that, especially that first at bat, the top of the first inning that happens, woo! It's going to be something. But yeah, it should be a blast. No matter who you cheer for, one way or the other. Thankfully, we'll both be there to check that out. Yes. Can't wait. It is exciting. It needs to get here already. All right. So, any closing thoughts though before we head out? Anything we didn't touch on?
Nothing we didn't touch on, but I'm really looking forward to the series, and I'm obviously rooting for the Yankees to sweep the Mets.
Yep.
I like the Mets. I am not a Mets hater, so don't come at me. But when they play the Yankees, all bets are off, dude. It's all about the Yankees for me.
No, I don't have any I don't have any like hatred for the actual New York Mets.
No.
Like, there's fan base. I don't want to speak for all, but like, that's kind of where if anything, my dislike will come. But I also know I know a lot of Met fans who are not like that either. So
you are related to Met fans.
No, listen, and we play with some, and guess what?
We do.
My cousin Mike, who I'm going with on Saturday, we're going together.
That's
right, because we always go to one game each thing now. He's part of the reason I don't really hate the Mets too, because he kills them worse than I probably ever could. So I'm just like, what am I going to say? Like, what is there to say then at that point?
Yeah, that's true.
It's like when someone slips on ice, right, and they're laughing, which I have done plenty of times, and I'm the first one laughing, then you almost don't want to laugh at them. You kind of beat me to it. So it's like with that. But yeah, it should be a lot of fun though. In there. So that does it for us. As always, thanks for joining us. Joining us in the Facebook live stream. Check out the Empire 161 Show's Facebook group. A lot of lineups and highlights and other stuff that don't make the show that are on there. So we share that there. So check us out there. It's a lot of fun. Check out Pop Culture Pros and popculturepros.com. That's who we are presented by. If you're checking us out on YouTube, subscribe to Pop Culture Pros and wherever you found your audio-only podcast. So we'll be back at some point next week because somebody is traveling for work in San Francisco. But I'll get to see Oracle Park. So I'll talk about that next time. So it's one of the ones I've been trying to get to. Yeah. Going into the Subway Series, let's go Yankees. And also facing the Boston Celtics now. Let's go Knicks. Let's take care of business. Always take care of New York over Boston. Doesn't matter. So, all right. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Bye, everybody.